All right, this is some breaking. We have some breaking tar pit news.
Boop, 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 tar pit news.
We have some breaking. That's hey. I'm gonna have Justin make us a song.
Specifically for news alerts.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is a
that
news alert. So this is going to, I'm thinking, we're gonna put this up. If you're listening to this right now, this is a special breaking news segment that we are going to upload before we upload our Mammoth episode. Because I felt that with the timing of this article came out in the Wall Street Journal January 22nd. And so I didn't want to, we talked a lot about Zed in our Mammoth episode. We had a lot of questions that were answered by this article. So I think we should talk about this, get ahead of it, but keep in mind the Mammoth episode was recorded prior to us reading all of this that they have now come forward with. So just keep that in mind. But also I would just like to say the only ice we respect is the Ice Age. Fuck ice. Just so everybody fucking is clear where we stand, all right?
where the tar pit lovers stand on our current political events.
I'll say it again. The only ice we respect is the Ice Age. Fuck ice. All right.
Ellie Crow, the author of this article, which I think is a fantastic name for a uh, podcast that cares about animals and birds. But Wall Street Journal, meet Zed, the tar pit mammoth is about to be a star.
So basically, they have announced officially now that Zed is going to, which has, they've had him for 2 decades. He was discovered 2 decades ago.
Paleontologists have uncovered bones from Ice Age saber-toothed cats, direwolves, and many other species preserved in tar, including a huge Colombian mammoth, which they have named Zed. In all, it was the biggest find since excavations started here nearly a century ago. Chief Curator John Harris of the Page Museum talks about Zed.
It's relatively complete. It's got nearly all of its bones, with the exception of the bones from one leg. It's got a skull, it's got its jaw and its teeth and its tusks. And to have something that complete from the tar pits is very unusual, because normally in the tar pits you'll find the bones all jumbled up together.
Scientists are now examining a cache of Ice Age remains they found as an old parking garage was being demolished. The earth and bones were packed into these oversized crates. The remains unearthed from 16 separate deposits may shed more light on the region's ecology, says Page Museum Collections Manager Christopher Shaw.
Now, the 16 deposits hopefully will be 16 different ages, and if that's the case, we will be able to see some kind of changes in the populations of plants and animals through time, through the last 45,000 years of time represented here at the tar pits. So it's a very exciting prospect.
The Page Museum's Aisling Farrell says the fossils will become part of a reference library for the last ice age.
We have a collection currently of about 3.5 million specimens, and with our new project we're estimated to double that collection.
Scientists say their study of the bones will take at least 5 years, and visitors can share in the excitement as the collection is catalogued. Mike O'Sullivan, VOA News, Los Angeles.
But they have been working on him and like removing the tar, basically making sure that he stays intact for 20 years. So he has never been fully on display. There's just been pieces of him on display. What makes Zed, and we speak about this in our full episode as well, but what makes Zed so incredible is that he is like 80% complete. And the reason for that is because he didn't die because of the tar. He died adjacently to the tar. He died and his body fell into like a stream bed. He was covered with sediment, and the tar eventually kind of preserved him, but he wasn't scavenged like a lot of the other fossils have been.
They make it sound very peaceful, his death.
Yeah,
Like
he
he
just
just kind
kind
of
of died.
died, but like he was probably killed or something.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy that he was 45 years old at the time of death. I think I maybe we spoke about it, but that's crazy that they live for so long.
I think usually big animals like don't have like really crazy long lifespans because of all the energy I assume it takes to run that animal. But
Yeah.
yeah, happy that he lived a long, fruitful life. I hope he had a good life.
Well, how long do, I'm Googling, how long do elephants live? Because, okay, elephants live a similar lifespan, so, like, similar. 60.
See,
Median age of 56. For
you
wild
lived
elephants.
for a very long time. He lived 45 years. He fell into a pit covered with sediments, discovered a couple hundred years later, more than 100. And now he's going to be unveiled in the new museum, which I have concerns about, but I am excited about.
So we're gonna do a full episode. This is just breaking news, but we do have now a date for when this new museum is looking to be complete and when Zed will be up. The date that they have given us is 2028. I I trust them. I think their plan has probably been like really detailed, and I'm sure that they have a thing. I'm shocked that it is so soon. I
I
think doing
the
it
Olympics.
alongside the Summer Olympics makes sense, but I am just like I'm cautiously optimistic that it will be completed by 2028, but I'm a little suspicious. So,
I've seen of construction my entire life, and specifically in LA. That sounds hopeful. Um,
yes.
but I obviously I wish them and the Tar Pits always the best.
And I do wonder, like, I have been, from what it sounds like and from the renderings, it looks like they're not necessarily like my initial thought was, oh, they're tearing things down, and then they're like rebuilding something, and they're definitely adding on, but it looks like they're
But
keeping
there's
a
a lot.
lot of the foundations of the museum now, and they're just like creating additions to it, which was why I was like, I don't really understand this timeline, because it's like that's a major construction situation. So I think it looks like maybe they're just adding on like new exhibits, a rooftop terrace. They're adding those new trails around the park. So I think I was thinking more ambitiously than maybe actually the reality is. So I guess we'll find out what they end up doing.
Yeah, I'm very excited, and I like that money's being put towards the Tar Pits and towards them unveiling some stuff that'll be new.
Yeah, $240 million is being put towards this, which is pretty crazy. But it is the first major update since opening to the public in 1977. So the museum has been as it is since the late 70s, which is very impressive because it doesn't feel outdated, you know?
Hmm. No, I don't think that. I think absolutely, it feels very modern walking around.
Very impressive. It's very impressive. But yeah, it's a big deal. Seeing Zed is going to be kind of amazing because it's going to be almost fully him, which is crazy to think about.
And to be clear, that's Zed's head. That like when you're walking around and like you can kind of see into their lab, and there's always that mammoth head that's in there. That's Zed, right?
I do believe that is Zed. Yes, I think that is a portion of him that they were working on when we saw him, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I do think, yeah, it's my belief that that has been Zed the whole time, because I feel like we've also seen the tusk that they sometimes show in photos. I do think that's Zed. Um,
Yeah,
oh, here, this is what this says. He likely died from injuries sustained in a tussle with another mammoth.
a tussle,
So that's
maybe for a.
interesting. They plan to mount him in a display that shows him and his twisting 10-foot long tusks in action. He will be battling a Frankenstein-like rival mammoth built by scientists from a jumble of various mammoth bones also plucked from the tar pits. So again, what's impressive about this is that Zed will be himself. That's a full being that was once alive as it is, because a lot of other skeletal things in museums tend to be just kind of a jumble of pieces from wherever they can find. So,
Which is always what I appreciate about the Tar Pit Museum is that they try to stick to those full skeletons. And I remember I was speaking to like somebody, an employee once, and them being like, no, yeah, like that's fully, this is the only real bones, no made up things. So there will be one Franken mammoth, but That'll be a true mammoth.
But that'll be
And
cool to see them both side by side kind of in action because that's such a large, display. So that will be really cool.
yeah, I'm very excited. I'm excited about the whole, process. I like to see their new stuff. Excited for
Yeah,
Zed.
I'm
Even though
super excited.
it said he's still oozing.
Here's some more information on what we can expect from the new place. A new Pleistocene garden along the Wilshire Boulevard entry and within the courtyard will showcase cypress and pine trees along with native California grasses that would have been munched on by mammoths like Zed and others. That's something I also really appreciate about Hancock Park is that I like that they have a lot of they have like kind of created these spaces of like native plants that would have been around during that time. I think that's such an interesting part of the equation that is really a really nice detail, I believe.
It goes into my ultimately I do like the park more than I even like the museum. I like the vibe there that it's they're trying to give you the vibe of the Ice Age,
Yeah,
and plants are I like, and yeah, so the same thing when we're talking about our birds and our butterflies and the fauna that it attracts,
yeah,
that it's because it has the same plants that were there many moons ago.
absolutely. I think that is such a cool bit of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm very excited. I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. I think thank you to Kelly Crow for breaking this news. This is huge.
Breaking news.
Kelly, this is huge for the tar pit community. I don't think you realize that. And if you ever want to be on the pod, please reach out. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, WSJ.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to
I'm excited. I think this is huge. This is some big things. 2028 is gonna be a huge year for LA. And both
yeah.
for Olympics and for tar pits. So I'm excited.
Live, laugh, love, tar pits.
Live, laugh, love tar pits. Everybody stay safe. That's been our tar pit breaking news.
Tar pit news.
So yeah, thank you so much for listening in and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye, May.